Hi guys, Rick here from Svnty Off-Road. Today I'm going to be talking about our newest product, which is a mounting system for the Starlink Mini satellite. So first up, what we'll do is we'll probably break this down and get the Starlink out, and I'll then go through some of the unique features that make this one of the better brackets on the market. And then after that, what we'll do is we'll fit it up onto the roof rack. So yeah, let's break it down. All right, so to break the bracket down, we'll pull it apart. Basically, there's 8 screws on it. And we put a couple of little washers or springs just to stop them from anti-vibration, that kind of thing, on the roof racks. So the 2 side brackets that I'm pulling off now are the ones that pinch down the Starlink into the insert. And they've got a little bit of EVA on them here, so to protect the Starlink. So we just go around to the other side and do the same. Okay, so once we remove the 2 side brackets there, those bolts aside, what we're going to do is just loosen the front ones here, just to get the Starlink out. You don't have to loosen these to remove it, but it just makes it a bit easier. Alright, so basically now you can pull the insert out. So I'll just put that forward. So here's our little Starlink Mini. So that's the little satellite there, pretty cool little unit. And this is what we call the EVA insert, or the shock absorber that holds the Starlink in. So a lot of models that we've seen online before we started developing this basically had the Starlink just sitting into like an alley frame, and that for me was like a bit of an issue, being any kind of electronic device sitting on a roof rack, running on corrugation, where there's lots of potential vibrations, all that kind of stuff. You really need to insulate the dish from all that. So that's where this EVA insert comes into play, and it makes a huge difference. So essentially what we're doing is encapsulating the Mini into this EVA insert, and then on the pinch downs on the bracket you've got an EVA insert as well. So this Starlink here will not touch any aluminium or the roof, and it's going to be completely encased in this EVA foam, which will give it maximum protection against vibrations, anything like that. So that's one of the more unique features about it. And then obviously we've got everything else is made out of aluminium, so a 3mm alley, so it's nice and strong, very durable, 100% Australian made as well. And probably easier to see it from the back here, we've got multiple mounting locations. On this particular one, this is the prototype. The newer versions will have an extension slot here, and up here, and on opposite side as well, so which will then give you maximum use for roof rack placement. Right now these are designed for the Rhino racks, but based on the universal mounting points we've put on them, or the slots for the channel nuts and bolts to go through, you could probably get away with mounting them on your Yakimas as well as your roller roof racks as well. So yeah, so what we'll do is we'll pull this the sides off, and then we'll get it up onto the roof rack, and we'll get into position, and we'll sort of go through the installation, go from there. Okay, so here we are on top of the roof rack. We're pretty much ready to mount the base plate onto the roof rack. But I thought I'd just mention, with the Starlink Minis, they do run off a 12, you can run them off a 12 volt. So I purchased this cable through Amazon. It's called the Stargear for your Starlink. The cable quality is really good. It's not a cheap cable, it's about $70, but it had really good reviews. And I kind of, once you're running a cable through, I didn't really want to mess around, so I just went for a good quality, reliable cable. So we'll run this through and run the power up to here. And it's also worth mentioning, this Starlink will stay plugged in all the time. I won't be removing this one off the roof rack. The reason being is this car doesn't go out much. It sits in the garage locked up all the time. So I'm not too worried about any UV damage or anything like that on the Starlink Mini itself. So this will all be a permanent install. So yeah, so once you've run all your cables, you can get onto your rack mounting, and basically with with this roof rack here, like I say, we've got a bunch of different mounting options. I'm going to go over 2 channels, but you can go off just the 1 channel. So if you've got limited space on your roof rack and you're trying to squeeze it into a nice area where you've got not too many obstacles blocking the satellite itself, you can get away with just the 2 mounts. So just those there. And you can also go across just like that as well. So let's move that forward a bit. So just like that. And as I mentioned with this is the prototype, it doesn't have the extra holes in it. So if you wanted when we do the mass-produced versions, they will come with all the slots in it, so you'll be able to go across 2 channels. But because this roof rack has a short channel gap here, I'm going to be mounting this right on the edge, just like that. And I'll pretty much, we'll just see how that goes. So yeah, let's get this all racked up and we'll go from there. All right, guys, with the cable run through, we're now ready to fit up the bracket. I've pre-aligned the bolts, so we're going to use 4 bolts over 2 channels here. So channel 1, channel 2. So what we want to do is just tighten these up, make sure it's all square and nicely lined up with the rack. And be ready to go. And just nip them up as you go around. Right, so we do supply 4 bolts with this kit as well, so you will have the option to run 4 channel nuts or just the 2, whatever works for you. Just plug your Starlink in just like that, pull back the excess cable, and when you put it in, you want it facing with the point of entry for the cable facing towards the back of the vehicle. And that'll help protect that seal from any high-speed wind, that kind of thing coming through and pushing water and moisture into the device itself. Let's go through, load that in. Okay, with the Starlink in, ready to go, what we can do is rack up the front and rear rails, so we'll get onto that now. My screws down here. It's a bit of a balancing act on the roof rack. Few threads in there so it doesn't come loose. I'm also a little bit concerned to drop any of the panels because the powder coating will be damaged. Quite high up here. The front and rear guard here, what they do essentially is pinch the EVA foam into the cradle. So once you load the Starlink in, once these are tightened up, it's very hard to load the Starlink in with the insert in, just due to them pinching it. So all it does is just helps reduce shock, that kind of stuff, into the Starlink. When you go over like corrugation or heavy bumps, that kind of thing. So once you tighten those up, they will basically pinch down on it. Alright, so once those are done, we'll get this last one here. I just need a right angle for that, just because of the antenna. Whoop. Okay, and then what we do now is we put it on the side mounts here. And these here, they've got a bit of EVA lining just in the lip here, and what that will do is compress down onto the Starlink itself to stop it coming out of the mount. These will also offer protection from branches, that kind of a thing, where if anything brushes up on it, these are going to protect the face. Worth mentioning as well with this, on the finished product, we will be extending the slots on these. And what that will allow people to do is put a piece of UV resistant perspex on the top here and clamp that down as well. And that option we may be able to offer with the product as well for people that are on the road touring 24/7 and they just want that extra protection from the UV and also from birds, branches, anything like that kind of thing when you're driving around. So yeah. Same with this one, it's just 2 bolts, so just sit here. So before tightening these up, you want to just put a bit of pressure down there just to hold everything down and just nip them up. Not too much pressure, just enough just to pinch it and just hold the Starlink Mini in place nice and secure. Just like that. And we'll just finish off with this side here. Alright guys, and that's it. So that's the Starlink Mini bracket system mounted up, ready to go. Nice and secure. So and the cable's all running that way. So say a couple of pointers, you can get away with using just 2 bolts on this. I've gone for 4 because I've got the option across 2 rails. When we add the extra slots in the finished product, you'll be able to get a lot more rails as well, so if whatever you need, but 2 will be suffice as well. When mounting the Starlink, make sure that the cable, when it plugs in, is going in so that the cable opening is facing towards the rear of the vehicle. So yeah, but that's pretty much it done. So now we're just on to testing it. We'll give it a crack over the break, and we're going to get some results, see what we can achieve with it, and yeah, go from there.